Hello everybody and welcome here to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The yard of bricks is getting ready for 41 thunderous stock cars to race here today in Nationwide Sportsman season number 6 here. And you can see who's on the pole. It's Alan Matthews, and then it's David Diaz, P2. So it's another Hernandez Motorsports front row like last week. And then it's Cliff Williams, Luis Hernandez, Michael Haas, Joey Murphy, Stephen Pollard, Cody Monaco, Jack James, Sam Curtis, Zorlian, Gilbert, Cody Lamas, Alexander Rowe. It's Eli Bright, Cynthia Bright, Isaiah Monaco, Tony Newman, Ryan Monaco, Annie Thomas, Al Agassi, Eric Monaco, Quentin Moore, Max Anderson, Jeff Bright, Ash Curtis, Dylan Schwallenberg, Robert Pollard, Rick Johnson, and Zachary Fitzwater. And it's Matt Haas, Lily Murphy, Derek Edison, and DJ Curtis. Joshua Saculli, William Brock, Eric Rodriguez, Oreo Pollard, and then it's Will Goss and James Shelley. And then rounding out the field, once again, it's Tim Randolph in the second week. Honda was really impressed with Tim and decided that they're going to let Tim race here at Indianapolis today. So we're getting ready to drop this green flag here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The yard of bricks is about to come alive with 42 thundering horses, or 41 thundering horses, getting ready to come down this long front straightaway. Flagman Fred throws that green flag, and we are underway in Indianapolis for the Brickyard. And we're 3 wide into 1. And contact being made. Cliff Williams driving super aggressive into turn number 1. You can see all 41 cars back here moving and making lane changes. Fitzwater to the outside behind the Monaco. And was listening to a lot of teams last week, and Toyota especially wanted to change their luck. They wanted to be the team that dominated, and Cliff Williams is leading here and will lead lap number 1 at Indianapolis. And it's Toyota 1, 2, 3. And Pollard going to drive it in under Michael Haas. Haas says, "No, thank you, sir. This is my position." Running down this long straightaway, Tony Newman, you can see him moving out of line. Right now, Cliff Williams leads Michael Haas. Monaco One Trip Racing leading, Joe Gibbs Racing leading, Pollard Performance Incorporated. And this is one of these tracks where maybe Tim Randolph can get a good finish. Yeah, you're not running as fast as like an Eric Rodriguez. Oh, there's cars crashing. Oh, no. And a huge one has just struck Robert Pollard, Oreo Pollard. Robert Pollard's destroyed. Caution is out. I think Ryan Monaco was also in this, and they have already thrown a caution. Speaking of Tim Randolph, he's got a huge chunk ripped out of that Honda, and that's gonna probably be it. He said he's smelling fumes coming into the car. Lap number 2. Oh, I don't even want to review this, man. That was a huge impact. Was it? You see, there's guys on the apron trying to pass, and it starts back here because I see there's Robert Pollard. Man, look at Sam Curtis getting turned. He saves this. I think that's what causes it, because Sam's got really nowhere to go except into Derek Edison. Edison then's going to try to keep it saved, and then all these cars, Eli Bright, and I think Eli Bright was just barely enough to scathe. Oh, man. Oh! And we've seen some cars legit hit this wall. Sam Curtis hit it a couple years ago. But, oh, just to see Oreo Pollard come in and just hit Robert Pollard. And Ryan Monaco also involved. And you could see it. One of these cars come flying. And they hit the 29 here of Tim Randolph. It might have been the 50. Watch this 99. Boom! And the 29's got to save it. Robert Pollard. And these cars are a ton safer, though. We've even made even bigger safety advantages to these cars as Sam Curtis is sitting on pit road. And you know what Sam's thinking, man? Sam has been in that situation, bruised his sternum. In I think it was season 3 of Sportsman, bruised sternum. And he missed at least 2 races due to the bruised sternum. So you know what he's feeling. He knows what's going on between the 47 and the 4. A lot of guys on the radio asking if everyone's alright in that crash. Robert Pollard is getting taken to the infield care center. He was awake and alert when they got to the car, and Oreo Pollard was also taken to the infield care center. Ryan Monaco as well. As a crazy turn of events has happened, as cars are just battling this new car. I mean, it's not as tacky as the old car. The old car used to get a ton of grip, and that's what Luis Hernandez said. The old car would just, you could have it run flat out at any track, and basically it would just stick to the ground. And he likes it because it feels more like the first gen cars, but with the safer of the second gen cars. I think that's why Luis Hernandez likes it. Because Luis Hernandez was one of the guys who kind of almost dominated the early first season. As we're getting ready to go green, you can hear guys shifting and everything. We're getting back to green flag racing. Cliff Williams is going to bring Michael Haas, Stephen Pollard, Jack James, Jonathan Zorlian, Cody Lamas, Luis Hernandez, Joey Murphy, David Diaz, Alan Matthews, all to the green flag. Green flag is in the air. And the Toyotas are battling all the Chevrolets, basically. It's Toyota 1, 2, 3, and then it's Chevrolet 4, 5, 6, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. And then the first Ford, and then it's Toyota, 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 Ford. So Fords right now, last week were showing up. This week, not showing up. Now Stephen Pollard's getting pushed by Jack James. There's a battle now for second spot. Jack James is going to take third away from Michael Haas. Jonathan Zorlian going to battle now with Michael Haas. Oh, Cody Lamas getting sideways back there. That's Cliff Williams pulling ahead, leading. I don't know. To me, this season, seeing a chunk of dirt come up. Maybe somebody got in there. Maybe DJ. But this season, compared to last, this season it looks like maybe Team SB has not been that great. You can see both cars, the 21 and the 12, 34th and 35th. They're not running that great in this season. And right now it's a Toyota 1, 2, and then it's a Chevrolet sitting in third. But here comes a Ford, though, a Roush Ford of Annie Thomas. Is Michael Haas now going to go by Zorlian? Battle for fifth. Or battle for fourth. Haas should be able to get it with ease. But right now, Toyota would love for this race to end like this. 1 and 2. Well, you can see the gap that these cars have to Michael Haas, the top three. But you never know. Tires could become a factor. Some stuff maybe start wearing out. We seen that happen last week. Joey Murphy cut a left rear tire down coming to the finish line. Had to slow up, basically give the lead win away, but had to really just try to stay in second and battle. He's going to battle with his teammate right now, David Diaz. It's for 9th spot. You can see Alan Matthews is falling like a rock right now. He's losing a ton of positions. The car, though, it's moving up, though. Zachary Fitzwater is moving up with a ton of momentum. Him and Quentin Moore, both the Roush Fenway Fords, are starting to move. Now, Fitzwater sitting 25th. He is starting to move up some. Dylan Schwallenberg now starting to maybe try to move up some positions. Will Goss, Eric Rodriguez. Back to the front of the field. Cliff Williams will still lead Stephen Pollard. We're getting ready to take our Cody Lamas on board. We'll lap around Indianapolis Motor Speedway inside the car of Cody Lamas, the Lowe's onboard cam. We're going to take that as soon as we hit the finish line. As Cody Lamas getting a big shove from Annie Thomas. And here we go. You see Stephen Pollard falling back. Some as Jack James moves to second. And here it is, our Cody Lamas Lowe's onboard camera. Was a lap around this beautiful facility with Cody Lamas, and you can see you can't see through that rear spoiler of the 3, so you do not know what's going on. Somebody gets loose, let's say Robert Pollard or Stephen Pollard gets loose right there, you're not going to see it through the back, through that spoiler of that 3 car. Stephen Pollard now battling. Who's the fastest car? Fastest car right now on the racetrack belongs to the number 15 of Jack James. Stephen Pollard going to try to make a move down the front straightaway on him. Probably won't happen though. Looks like James is... Ooh, Jack James. I don't know if he thought he was clear or he almost just got himself turned. You can see how much the top 10 have pulled away a little bit. And you have all these cars back here flying around. Starting to move. Dylan Schwallenberg now P28. Oh, Zorlian, or something has happened here. Jack James all of a sudden, look at he about got wrecked. You seen him bent out of shape. Like he was loose or something. Cody Lamas starting to make a charge. Oh, Michael Haas bouncing it off the wall. Maybe tires are starting to play a factor. Yeah, they are. You can tell. We have already dropped over 2 miles an hour in speed due to tires wearing out. This is the thing, though. This season and this season alone, the fuel cells in these cars are a little bit bigger, so they won't have to pit for fuel. Anybody can come in and pit for tires. You want to throw 4 on and be the fastest car, you can. But did you want to give up all this track position for it? You can see only cars running big 183s are the fast cars that are not wearing their stuff out. Look at 178s, and there's some 183s on back here. Oh, you can see how Eli Bright was just way out of the groove. That old corner like he was having a flat. And what a lot of guys probably didn't like was this rule about basically no fuel stops. Because that's where a lot of guys made some gambles and strategies, was coming in and getting these fuel stops. But now, since there's no fuel stops now, it's basically just run what you brung. That break for Will Goss, man. After running so good at the Mud Summer Nationals, now it's just like that number 25 is just hanging in. You can see how slow this 29 car is. Tore up on the side. Really didn't get all that damage fixed. But Stephen Pollard now going to battle for the lead here with Cliff Williams. If he can, I don't think he could pass Cliff. I think Cliff's got maybe one of the fastest cars. Cliff drove it in deep on lap 1 and almost wrecked her former employer and former colleagues. But Toyota was the manufacturer that was talking about they needed wins, and here comes Zorlian under Jack James. Maybe Jonathan Zorlian thinks he's got a car that can possibly make a move that can get up here and win this race in this Dow Chemical number 3. Got his big break last season driving for Richard Childress after Tim Brooks got released. Here comes Cody Lamas now. Maybe maybe Hendrick Motorsports is starting to build some good cars. I don't know. Look at Luis Hernandez. It's going to be 3 wide. Ooh. And then Luis is going to just pull back in behind Jack James. Not really wanting to cause a wreck. Battle for the lead. Oh man, Joey Murphy was really low. He's down there under the white line. But new leader is Stephen Pollard. And this PPI Toyota. Getting ran down by Cody Lamas. Lamas running some dog fast laps. But look at some of these guys now. It's moving up. Cody Monaco, Cynthia Bright. Oh, Tony Newman's in the fence. Last week's winner, Alan Matthews, sitting back here in 16th. This might be a caution. Tony Newman was basically, almost out of shape. Isaiah Monaco trying to move up some. And now 15th belongs to Alexander Rowe. Get you back to the front of the field because it may be about to be looking at another battle for the lead. And a late battle for the lead. And look right here. Michael Haas starting to creep on up. Maybe Cliff Williams is gonna maybe be saving the tires. I don't know. Cliff's now starting to slide some. Oh, Al Legacy really off the pace. And that's number 34. Maybe something's happened to Al Legacy. We're gonna maybe take a look. Oh, Al got turned. Quentin Moore, I don't know how they saved it, but they did. And that's why Al Legacy has lost a ton of positions, but back to the front of the field. Coming to the end of this thing. Does Cliff Williams have enough? Or is Steven Pollard going to win this race? Pollard Performance Incorporated. Just seen Robert Pollard and Oreo Pollard go down. Both of them are at the Infield Care Center. They both got checked to release. Robert Pollard was complaining of his shoulder being sore. They went, looked, oh, and there's a crash. They save it. No caution. Michael Haas is really slow. Like he's broken something. I think he's broke something. We stay green at Indy. Yeah, Michael Haas has broken something, guys. He's all up against the fence. In a tough break, Michael Haas was running fourth. Looks like he broke something on that car. The 29's pitting, blowing up or something. White flag is in the air. Does Cliff Williams have enough momentum? Cliff's going to have to make the move down the back and through turn 3. Battle of Toyotas. Cliff Williams peeking, trying to get some clean air to the nose. Don't think Cliff's got enough. Maybe a bump and run, but I don't think Cliff's got enough oomph to get by Steven Pollard. Coming down through this final corner. Down the long straightaway. Coming to the checkered flag. Steven Pollard will get his first or second win in the Nationwide Sportsman Series. Cliff Williams could not do anything. A car that we need to go look at, I think it's the 20, and he did retire, and it was Michael Haas. We're going to go take a look at what happened to Michael. It looked like he makes a move. Oh. Looked like he was going to make a move on Cody. Pulls out, and then all of a sudden it's something, he knew something broke. You could see that's not a place in the corner where you brake. Oh. Let's see if we can hear anything in this onboard. Maybe he ran it out of fuel, I don't know. We'll listen on board. Oh! And it just sounds like the motor went sour on him. Tough break, but big happy day for Steven Pollard and Toyota as Toyota gets their first win of the season. It's Pollard, Cliff Williams, Cody Lamas, Luis Hernandez, David Diaz, Jack James, Joey Murphy, Annie Thomas, Jonathan Zorley, and Cody Monaco. Cynthia Bright, Alan Matthews, Alexander Rowe, Max Anderson, Isaiah Monaco. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump it. Max Anderson, Isaiah Monaco. And here's actually the rest of the finishing order from where they finished. Tim Randolph's going to finish 38th. He will probably not be racing next week and the week after that. He will probably be back at Seattle later in the season since he's only running at West Coast and Indianapolis. But there's the rest of the finishing order, guys. We will see you next week from a brand new track on the circuit. So we meet again.